Every year, many families come to the United States with the hope of a better life. Most of them believe their children will receive a quality education. We came to this country for many opportunities, and we all know that the United States is known as a land of opportunity.
I come from Ghana, and it is located at West Africa. And I came to the United States because my grandpa thought the United States is a land of opportunity where I can be successful after my education.
My family came to the United States in 2007. They decided to come here for several reasons. Probably the first one is to get education for us, for me and my brother.
That often when students do immigrate to the United States, they come here either because their parents very much wanted to come here for a better life or were pushed out of the homes that they lived in. And they have great hope and aspirations, and I think they will do almost anything to succeed here, and they believe that they can succeed here.
In Nepal also, the education system is totally different. People, rich people, they go to good school here, and the poor people like us used to go to some school made of bamboos and something else like that. And I fell in category of poor people.
Many immigrants come to Oakland annually from all over the world, resulting in Oakland being one of the most diverse cities in the world.
Most high schools in Oakland, including the International School and almost any other one, are going to have anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 different racial, ethnic, cultural backgrounds, languages represented in that classroom. And that does present unbelievable challenges for students.
Oakland International High School was established in 2007. It is a specialized school for new immigrant students. Immediately after the school opened their doors, they knew it was going to be tough.
Just having everybody understand the directions was a challenge. The teacher said, open your notebooks, and everybody just stared at the teacher and had no idea what she was saying. And maybe 2 or 3 people knew, and they would open their notebooks, and it was, a challenge.
I came over here in this country, I came with no English, I used to speak English in my country, but not like this, not interviewing a friend, not having conversation or dialogue between friends or teacher.
What Native Americans take for granted, being able to speak English, read English, write English as they come to high school, those are things that newly arrived immigrants have to learn. And so they are catching up on 8 years of education.
Is that English language learners have very low graduation rate in California, and we're here to change that by offering more English instruction in all of our classes to all of our students.
According to the Pew Hispanic Center, 12.5% of foreign-born students aged 16 to 19 drop out, compared to 5% of native-born students of the same age.
Students who have been born and raised here have often lost that belief that they really can succeed if they go to school every day and they work hard. I think immigrant students often still hold on to that more closely, and their parents actually believe it more to be true.
Some immigrant students are not satisfied with the education they are receiving here, and they think the system is failing them.
I think I'm not learning much in the United States because there's no punishment when you don't do your work. The teacher is not going to do anything to you. All they will do is call your house.
Me personally, I don't like the education system here. Neither does my dad, because here we just do simple stuff compared to my country.
Definitely our educational system is not nearly as successful or dynamic as it was in prior years. We haven't funded our schools well at all. If you look at schooling, we've given less money to schools than we used to, and we have far more diversity than we used to.
The average student in the United States of America, the government spends about $10,000 a year to pay for their education. And here in California, that number is about $5,000. Are you half as worthy as other students in the United States?
On one hand, I'm glad that I came because it's a new way of learning things. On the other hand, kind of regret about my education because I could have learned so much more back at home.
My parents haven't regret, but I have regret because if I want to go back home and go to school, that would be hard for me.
Despite the fact that these students feel they are not learning as much as they would back in their home country, they still prefer to stay in the United States.
Even though I like the education system back in my country, but I would prefer to live here and then get education from here because the diploma that we get from here is accepted almost all over the world. But if we go back to our country and then pick the diploma, it's not valued here.
I think the USA means you start again your new life. And I think there is more opportunity over here, and I think my life will be better than back in my country.